I was wondering what your definition of innovation is.
Well, I don't do a lot of innovating in what I do. I mean, my job, I really have just two functions in my job. One is to allocate capital, which I enjoy doing, and the second one is to have a group of managers, to keep a group of people, 15 or 20 managers, enthused about what they do when they have no financial need to do it whatsoever. At least 3/4 of the managers we have are rich beyond any possible financial need, and therefore my job is to figure out how to cause them to want to jump out of bed at 6 in the morning and work with all of the enthusiasm they did when they were poor and starting. And if I do those two things, they do the innovation. So that Bill innovates. Now he can tell you about it.
Well, the technology business has a lot of twists and turns, and that's why, partly why it's such a fun business, is that no company gets to rest on its laurels. IBM was as dominant or more dominant than any company will ever be in technology. That's just not going to happen again. And they had the smartest people, and they had all the customer feedback, and yet they missed a few turns in the road. And so that makes you wake up every day thinking, let's try to make sure today's not the day we miss the turn in the road. Let's find out what's going on in speech recognition. Let's go find out what's going on in artificial intelligence. Let's make sure we're hiring in the kind of people who can pull those things together and make sure we don't get surprised. Sometimes we do get taken by surprise. For example, the internet came along, and we had it sort of as a 5th or 6th priority. It wasn't like somebody said internet to me and I said, oh, I don't know how to spell that. I said, yeah, I got that on my list, I'm okay. But there came a point where we realized it was happening faster, and it was a much deeper phenomena than it had been recognized in our strategy. And so that was a case where, as an act of leadership, I had to create a sense of crisis and have a couple months where we all just threw ideas and sent electronic mail around, went on a bunch of retreats, and then eventually coalesced around a few ideas where we said, okay, here's what we're going to do, here's how we're going to measure ourselves internally, and here's what the world should think. Here's what we're going to tell them about what we're going to do. And that kind of crisis is likely to come up every 3 or 4 years or so.